I think this has been a long time coming, this video. During my LiveDraws, I've been showing you guys a few of my old drawings. Some drawings from college, mostly the drawings from college. Those are the ones I've been showing you. But I have a folder right here as some classified documents. You see this? These are drawings from about, I think the oldest one in here is from 2002. Wow. April 26th, 2002. That's the oldest one. And the newest one I think is probably from when I was a junior in high school. Maybe a senior, but probably just a junior. Yeah, so I got about, it looks like 50 pages of drawings in here. So I'm just gonna go through these one by one, and hopefully this won't be boring. Yeah, so this is gonna be one of those technical ones where I just kind of rip into my own stuff and talk a lot about technique, what was inspiring me at the time, what I wanted to do, and how some of this stuff has informed what I do now, I guess. So I'm gonna go through this shit and let's just jump into this. I don't really know how to, I've never done anything like this before on a video. So some of this stuff is gonna embarrass me, like this for instance. This is really, really embarrassing. Oh, Jesus. This is from another manga. It's a manga, you guys, not a comic I did when I was in Japanese class in high school. Fuck. Daisuke Ozaki, our protagonist, sorta. Oh, he's got a sweat drop, and here's the detective who's always on him, on his case, Mr. Tanaka. He has suspenders, so I think he's yeah. The quality of this is, I mean, it's held up, considering this is probably, I don't know, like maybe 10 years old, something like that. Emi Natsume. She was definitely based on someone in my school, and so was this guy. Corny. Don't do that, you guys. This is some elf bitch. Look how smudged this pencil is. This is not terrible, but I mean, all these drawings, I can look at them and just see every way I was failing at the time, including in my writing. Let me show you one of the really old things that I promised. Roland Deschain. Roland Deschain is the main character of, and that's in katakana, Japanese. I was really into Japanese at the time, you guys. Whew. Anyway, Roland is the main character of the Dark Tower series from Stephen King. One of the best book series I've ever read. BZ and I actually talk about it in an interview at length if you want to check that out. There's gonna be a movie made about this, but Idris Elba is gonna play the role of Roland. Yeah, look how far this eyeball is. This is before I ever did life drawing, so I was basing everything on anime, and that was why, I mean, like, you'll notice that I drew noses like this. That's why I drew noses that way, because I was heavily influenced by, like, Toriyama, Watanabe stuff, like Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Naruto, obviously. So I was heavily emulating them. And I can even see, like, this is some advanced stuff, but I can see the grooves in this from where I kept trying to erase and adjust things, adjusting the hat because I didn't know how to draw a hat. Now this is one of the really, really old ones. And one caveat I gotta make is that this was copied. This is Shinji from Evangelion. I remember doing this drawing. I remember being really proud of it, but it was just me copying something out of New Type magazine. And this was from, yeah, this is the one from April 26, 2002. And this is back when, like, even though I was still drawing in line paper, but so all of this stuff you're seeing is before I even had a sketchbook. Before I even had a consistent sketchbook, I would just draw on computer paper at best, and on most days I'll just be drawing on line paper. And this was back when I was signing shit. Like, just the audacity, I had to just copy shit. What I would do is copy stuff and then I would sign it as if I was somehow responsible for it. Yeah, I drew this, so let me, and it's barely even drawing. If I recall correctly, I wasn't using guidelines either. So the way I drew wasn't like the way I do now, where you just start with a circle and then a cross, and then you sort of place things within that, which is how most people draw. That's how professionals draw. I just kind of went in there like a mongrel and copied things. But what I will say, to my credit, God, 2002, what is that? That's 15 years ago. What I'll give myself credit for was that I was good at copying. Not necessarily 3D shapes. I didn't understand how to copy 3D shapes or like people that were in front of me that well, but I could, if you gave me an image, I could reproduce it. And that was like the basic, I mean, if you want to talk about any sort of basic level of talent or skill I had, that was it. That was my basic skills, being able to copy shit. These are just some throwaway sketches. Oh my God. Yeah, this is from high school. Yeah, that's bad. Alucard from Helsing. Yeah, this was my Helsing face. Look at it. Oh, he's so badass because he's shooting off to the side of the screen. Samurai Champloo era. Drawing Mugen's legs. Trying to draw Jin. Failing miserably because I didn't have anything to work from. Admissions. So this was probably, yeah, this was my senior year of high school. So I was like 17, maybe 18. Yeah, no reference for this, clearly, because he just looks like a Gumby or something. Kurenai from Naruto. I think she was my favorite female character from Naruto. Next to Tsunade and, who the fuck was the other one? Tamari. But this one was just copied. So don't think that I drew this. And this was like junior, senior year of high school. So don't think that I drew this, I just copied it. Even down to the little eyeballs, so. But at least at this point, I wasn't signing them. I didn't take credit for something that someone else drew that I just copied. This is a mysterious stain. It could be sauce. It could be tomato or like a bodily fluid that crusted up. I don't know what that is. Oh boy, here comes one of the comics. And my comics, I think, are some of the most embarrassing shit. Yeah, this was an old Inuyasha comic I used to draw in junior and senior year of high school. It's embarrassing. More throwaway sketches. Yeah, here's an original character I was working on. I put a lot of time into this sword. I can tell that still. Like I was trying to make, this is a little 3D. Not bad, the handle. Everything else, not good. Some Jiraiya. More Mugen. I really liked Mugen, apparently. Orochimaru. This is me trying to get better, doing studies on swords and stuff. Oh, okay, this is me actually trying to do a still life. That's kind of rare. Because I didn't like doing those before. I still kind of don't like doing them. But. You know, this is kind of a funny little concept. Okay, this right here is interesting because it is, the comics and the little stories and writing you see that I do, it is really the basis. It's like the beginnings of what I do now. Like all this stuff, I always did it as a kid. I always had ideas of like, I mean like, oh, what if you were watching Pokemon and like, what if Ash were in this scenario? What if this, what if that? And that's sort of, well, that's in a very basic manner. That's where your ideas come from for stories, either stupid stories or like serious stories, which was what I kind of attempt now. But I remember this one. This is like a Yu-Gi-Oh fight where he throws out the Dark Magician and he just refuses to do it. He just doesn't fight. And I found it kind of funny to think about what their interaction would be like. So again, yeah, you guys see me attempting stuff like that a lot now. I was doing it back then too. That's Haku's Zabuza? Zabuza's the guy's name? Yeah, I remember now. Naruto kids. I don't know who this is. Probably some girl I had a crush on. I don't know. On the level of embarrassing, this is pretty high up there. Because I remember I would do this thing back in high school where like if I wrote a story that I was trying to be funny, it would just be super over the top mean to the main character and to the reader. It would be sort of like, I don't want to be here anyway. And I made a little manga called The Loser. Yeah, you see the main character's getting stomped out. Kind of that tsundere thing from, what the fuck you call it? Like Tenshi Muyo, GTO, that kind of thing where you're like drooling over some chick and she hates you. Idiotic high school kids, I misspelled it. Ridiculously Perverted Adventures, and Toru. Oh, you see how he has 2 teeth? I used to do the 2 teeth thing a lot because everything has to be ridiculous, right? Ugh. Yeah, I was in a manga club in high school, and we used to draw manga every Friday. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good experience. Wow. Okay, this one's from 2003. 2003. Me trying to draw some kind of dark gunslinger person. I don't know what the fuck this is, man. This one, I remember it taking me a long time to draw. And I understand signing this one because this one came all out of my head, and it just, it fell completely flat on its face. Oh, look at the dark moon though. That's tight, right? You know that? Another original character. Back when I wasn't drawing bodies, okay. That's from Helsing era. I recognize that. This one is so good for the time that I clearly copied this. There's no way this came out of my head. So I'm not gonna take credit for that one. This one as well, this was not mine. I copied this out of somewhere. Ooh, it's just a bunch of throwaway. I really liked Naruto, good God. Yeah, that was an original. This was a test for a little manga I was doing, the one called The Loser. Final Fantasy Rumor Mill. With Shima Satoshi. You see, again, he's the host, but he's getting dragged around by a chocobo. I haven't read this in years. This was from, I think, junior year of high school. It's a registered, copyrighted, and licensed segment of Square Enix News, funded and sponsored by Square Enix Incorporated. I don't know why I put that on there. I think maybe I was trying to legitimize it, or like sort of make it seem like this is what it would be like if it were real. Welcome to the very first installment of the Rumor Mill section, a division of Square Enix Nightly News. I'm your host, Shima Satoshi, and I'm in Spira's Farplane. Oh, right, okay. So this guy, I remember this. I had an idea for basically a show that took place within the Final Fantasy world. So he would go in to the Final Fantasy games and talk to the characters as if they were sort of actors, like they are themselves. It's sort of like The Office. If Final Fantasy games were The Office, he'd be the host. He's the guy with the camera interviewing them. I have not read this in so long. This little chocobo is giving you extra information. Oh my God, this is crazy. We're at the home of Sir Orin, retired guardian and survivor of 2 calms. So this was back when I was playing FF10, because I don't remember any of this shit. Yeah, I think I was using this whole thing to try and like draw some like borderline hentai about whether or not Orin was fucking Riku from FF10. I don't know, man. All right, let's look at a few more of these. This video is really fucking long, and there's a little carpet thing. This video is really long, so I hope, if you're still here, shout out to you. Why don't you leave a like and a comment while you're here, looking at my old shit. That's an original for sure. God, that has a gross head. Don't do this when you're drawing a head. Just look at this. Don't do that. Yeah, this is pretty. All right, if this wasn't fucking embarrassing enough. So check this out. I was trying to be clever, so I made this thing. It's called Crystal Ball Manga. It's like me trying to trademark what I was doing, and the idea was, the idea is that you're looking through the whole of this paper. And that's the crystal ball. You get it? Crystal Ball Manga. Toru's Osobaka Adventures. Ooh, God. He's looking at hentai. That's kind of funny. Okay. I'll give him that. I misspelled mother. Yuck. Would you be a deer and take out the trash? This dude's clearly jerking off. I didn't have the balls to draw his dick out though, I guess. He takes the trash out, has to rake the leaves, but he's still thinking about hentai. Alright, this is making me laugh, actually. Still embarrassing. Ah, Jesus. So he goes on a hentai site, and he got a virus. And I guess he broke his computer, and that's the story. Isn't that great? This one, I'm not comfortable taking credit for this. I think I just copied this. This is not mine. This is too advanced. Some pirates. I think I copied those too. Pretty much anything you see that looks decent was copied. This was a life drawing though. This was drawn in my Japanese class. This was me, yeah, this is one of the rare occasions when I actually tried to draw what is in front of me. So yeah, that's what I mean, like I could copy stuff. I could see what's in front of me and then just replicate it. Big Boss from Snake Eater. Whoa, you guys, we're at the end. We got through it all. Whew, that's a lot. And you're still here. This is the last thing I'll show you. The Ideal Bishonen, apparently. I guess this is one of those how to draw manga books, I think. Gross. There you have it. I made it through. That was mostly my high school drawings. There were like maybe 1 or 2 middle school drawings. The rest of my middle school drawings I can't find right now, but they were pretty much just me copying shit that I saw in magazines like Electronic Gaming Monthly. Is there any takeaway from this? I really don't know. Well, I think the big takeaway from me is like, I was drawing a lot in high school. I was, like, I think I probably downplay how much I was actually doing. Even though it was shit, I would draw at least a couple times a week. I wasn't drawing as much as I am now, nowhere near as much as I am now. But I was also writing stories and stuff. I wish I had. There are a lot of things I wish I had done more in high school. But I did the right thing. I was putting my ideas down, and you guys should be doing that too. If you have any inclination toward making stories or drawing and shit like that, just do it. Even though your comics are probably gonna suck, they gotta suck for a really long time. That's about it. Thanks for watching all of this. I'll try and do one of these, I don't know, maybe in a few months. I'll go into the college years and show you guys what I was doing then, when things start getting a little bit better for me. Yeah, everyone has to start somewhere. If you think my drawings look like shit that I just showed you in the folder, then that's kind of a good sign. Not that I'm James Jean now, but I think I'm pretty far away from what I was doing in this folder, because I'm working hard at it. So, I mean, if this gives you any sort of consolation that, you know, there are ways to improve, I mean, let me be a sign of that. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.